don't you worry, oh no, no. Gotta find me an angel, and the angel in my life. Thank you.
Give her another round of applause. Great job. Next on our list, Wanda Durant, Durant Family Foundation. Philanthropist and community matriarch, Wanda Durant is nationally celebrated for her transformative advocacy for single mothers, youth, and families in need.
And through the Durant Family Foundation, she champions education, housing stability, and empowerment programs that strengthen communities and inspire generational resilience. Let's take a look.
When I think about humanitarian work, I think about it before I knew the term humanitarian work or philanthropy. It takes me back to my childhood, watching my grandmother and my mother, watching them serve their family and the community. And I always wanted to be a part of it. During my early years, when I was at my child caregiver or the babysitter, I always wanted to help with the children, with the babies. I always wanted to get in the way, so to speak. And as I got older and I started with my family, which I didn't have very much, there were those in the community that needed help. And as I think about it, I was one of the first to say, I'll do it. I didn't always have a lot, but I wanted to serve and I wanted to do it. And for me, it was just treat people the way you wanted to be treated. It's a part of my faith as a Christian. It's a cornerstone of that is service. And so I didn't really understand it to the magnitude in which I understand it now. But now that I'm on this platform along with my son, because of his historical career, I'm responsible. And that's my heart. And my thought about it is that I'm responsible to serve. Too much is given, much is required. And I have accepted the charge to be of service.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wanda Durant of the Durant Family Foundation.
I made it to the music, all right. Good evening, everyone, good evening. Like the brother said earlier, I'm going to give you the gift of time and I'm not going to read my entire speech. I'm just going to jump to the part when I realized that it was my responsibility to serve. But before I do that, I'd like to give honor to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for he is the center of my life. I'm not perfect, but I am intentional about my walk every day. I'd like to thank Trevor and Davis Dennis for the prestigious award here today. I was taken aback when I got the invitation to be awarded, and I was like, wow, my service has gotten all the way to Houston already? That means that I have to do some work when I'm here. But the time that I remember is when my sons were young, and I would serve the community. I didn't have a lot. I was a single parent, and I worked at the Postal Service, but I didn't have a lot. But there were young people in our community center that was going to college. Their parents faced challenges, and me and a few others who worked at the center would get together and buy groceries, buy laundry supplies so they can take off to school. We would send them money to ensure that they had some funds as they were trying to earn their degrees. And then when my sons were younger at that same center, I was a hovering mom, so I was present wherever they were. I was always there. And then but I wasn't in their business too much. I was just watching from afar as I was spending time with some of the young ladies. And I didn't know while I was spending time with them that my presence and my consistency was stability for them. The opportunity came for me to go back to college to earn my degree, and I went to school, and I didn't tell them bye, I just left. I just stopped showing up. And a few years later, one of the young ladies came to me with tears in her eyes, and she told me that I had abandoned her. And at that moment, I realized that my presence had a significance, and that I would be intentional about serving the community that I love so much. Now, as the president of our family foundation and the president of a mother's organization of players who play in the NBA, retired from the NBA, and coaches in the NBA, I am very intentional on how I show up. Those who serve with me know that I give my best and I give my all, and I'm very intentional about how we show up. We have to give those who we serve the best of what we have, and I am determined to do that. I am grateful for members of my team, my program director, Roderick, and my publicist and president of the Wanda Durant Foundation. I'm grateful for you all. Thank you so much for recognizing the work that we do with Kevin Durant, my son, and I'm sure we'll do much more here in Houston. God bless you all. Thank you.
Next on our list, we have two honorees together, but first we're going to begin with Judge Eric Carter, Justice of the Peace, Precinct 1, Place 1. Judge Carter is recognized for compassionate judicial leadership and community-centered justice initiatives that prioritize fairness, accessibility, and support for vulnerable residents. His outreach programs and public service efforts strengthen trust between the courts and the communities that they serve.
We are also honoring Judge Kyle Carter with the 125th Civil District Court. Judge Kyle Carter is honored for his commitment to equitable justice and civic service in Houston's legal community. Through mentorship, youth engagement, and community outreach, he advances integrity, accountability, and public confidence in the judicial system.
So I always like to say we have law of service in our blood. And so when we became, even as attorneys, but even when we became judges, one of the things that was very important to me was to give back to the community, for people to see their elected officials in action doing things to make a difference, to effectuate change and to be there for the community in a positive way. And so I think it's very important to do that, and it's something that from an early age, it's just what we do. And it's something that I'm proud to be able to share with my children, and look forward to the difference that they're going to make in people's lives.
Yeah, you talk about influences. As my brother said, we've got a Methodist minister as our mother, and we've got a 45-year trial lawyer as our father. Still practices to this day, but what they really taught us was about service of others, and whether it's through the church and trying to improve the lives of others in the community, or whether it's in a role as an attorney fighting for someone who needs that advocate, someone perhaps the most vulnerable. It's those that I think of, over the years, I can look back on now and see that what we do is a perfect blend of the lessons we received as children. It's about serving those, what we do now is about serving those who need it through the law. Well, those are my two greatest influences. Have to credit them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Judges Carter.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I want to thank everybody for being here, and start off by just saying thank you to Trevia and David Dennis for this wonderful recognition. Congratulations to all of the honorees tonight. We are humbled to share the stage with so many amazing leaders and elected officials and pastors in our community who work tirelessly to make a positive difference in the lives of others. We're just a couple local boys from Sharpstown, and we grew up in Houston, Texas, and believe that Houston, Texas ought to be the best place to live, work, raise a family, and go to school. And we wake up every day excited to make that possibility a reality for everyone in our community. I also want to say that We dedicate this award to our mother, the Reverend Dr. Susan Carter, who instilled in us in an early age that we needed to work and give back, that life isn't about just us, it's about what we can do to help others. So thank you, Mom, and thank you, Dad, for instilling in us the values that have led us to be here today. Carry on, brother.
That's right, brother. And if you know us, you know that we Carters, we're quiet folks. We just prefer to quietly do our work day in and day out and try to focus on the work of excellent service. But I got to tell you, this feels pretty nice. It feels incredible to be appreciated, and we're grateful for the opportunity. As you may have saw in the video, we draw inspiration from our parents, our upbringing, our faith. But we would be remiss to not thank the two greatest supporters, our wonderful wives as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Melanie, and thank you to my family who is there with us every step of every event that we do. They're always there, ready to support. So my wife, Melanie, my sons, Caleb, Colton, my daughter, Kylie, who's in college right now watching us on live stream. Just thank you all for being there and being part of our service in the community, and I'm proud to impart this value to you all. Go ahead.
Thank you, my wonderful wife, Lauren. Thank you for all you do. We could not do what we do without you two, so thank you very much. And thank you to all those here tonight. We appreciate your support. We look forward to getting up in the morning, getting right back to work, working for you and for our hometown, Houston. So God bless you. God bless Houston, Texas. Thank you and good night.
Thank you all.
I know your family's very proud of you as well. The college girl's got to be loving. She got a shout out.
Next up on the list, Tamara Bell, Houston Community Advocate. Houston Community Advocate and Civic Voice Tamara Bell is recognized for humanitarian outreach and public advocacy across the region. Known for her commentary on Fox 26's What's Your Point? And they didn't add my show, Isaiah Factor Uncensored. I had it first. She champions grassroots fundraisers and food drives that provide meals and essential support to Houston's homeless and underserved communities. Her work reflects a steadfast commitment to compassion and community care.
I love your shameless shout out too, Isaiah. Way to slip that in there. Her work reflects a steadfast commitment to compassion and community care. Tamara Bell.
First responders at the KG Navy, we gave out 6,000 meals along with Elias, who owns the Cherokee Buffet. And I get a call that night from this principal, and she's like, Miss Bell, you don't know me, but you were giving away food. You got any food left? And I was like, no, we don't have any food left. I said, Miss Bell, I got 80 families who haven't eaten. This is a Thursday, since Tuesday. She said, we're giving a family of 5 1 16-ounce bottle of water, because that's all we got. Because they were obliterated on the north side. They were obliterated. I mean, they were obliterated. And I said, well, what kind of school you teach at? She said, elementary. And I said, okay, let me make some calls. So I called some friends. I called the guy who was feeding the Cajun Navy. I gave him the money I had. I said, can you please cook food? She said about 80 families. I said, so there's going to be about 300, 400 people. She said, if you do 300 people, we'll be good. When I delivered the food the next day, it was over 1,000 people in London. I started crying because 99% was kids. And I mean babies. We cutting up chicken legs, trying to feed 3 kids off of 1 chicken leg. And I was like, God, you got to help me. You got to help me. And I made some calls, hollering at some politicians, and I do not do any social media at all. I gave up all my imaginary friends and pre-K, so I don't go there and say, look. But they put it out on Facebook, and people started coming with food, diapers, hampers, towels. These people were still in the same muddy clothes from the hurricane. And when I was driving away, I was like, God, this is why you saved me. This is why you saved me. The principal was on TV crying. She was like, I don't know Miss Bell. Y'all don't know Miss Bell. She said, but I'm so grateful God sent an angel to us. We had nothing.
Give it up for Tamara Bell.
Good evening. Good evening. I'd like to start by thanking my amazing Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, my Father, and thanking the Dennises. We are all blessed to be under the worship of Bishop Leroy Woodard Jr. And I'm just so grateful to be here, because when I tell you all that is my presence here is a miracle. When I said in that video that I was thanking God for saving me, I was in a coma almost 11 years ago for almost a month with a 5% chance of survival after being hit by a bank robber at 90 miles an hour, being chased by every HPD cop it looked like we had in Houston. But God. That's why I'm here. But God. So I'm not gonna be long. I love you, Jack, but I love you, baby. But I ain't gonna do y'all like Jack. That's my baby. Jack, my baby. Jack, Alan Rosen, Alan Helfman. And CJ, baby, I prayed for you like you belong to me after that happened to you. Because I promise you, I said God will carry you. This is gonna make you grow. It will not stop you from what God has for you, baby. So don't let it. All right, let's see here. I got a little short speech here. It ain't gonna be long. But hell, I can't see. Okay, listen. Oh yeah, here it is. All right. To my amazing global humanitarian family, blessed we are to be. We are all blessed to be. Many of us, as the first honoree said, have lost people we love dearly. So envelop yourself in the love of our Heavenly Father. I don't care what you're going through. The fact that you be shows you He is with me and you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage Fox 26 Emmy Award winner Isaiah Carey and Melissa Wilson, along with co-host comedian Juan Villarreal and founder David Dennis.
So first of all, again, we want to thank you so much for coming out tonight. And I want to take a moment to thank my wife, because let me tell you something. What she's endured to make sure that you all had a great time tonight is unbelievable. And so to you, I salute you, baby, because you put it on. As they say, you did that.
All during her birthday week, too. She's thinking about everybody else on her birthday, isn't she?
Yes, indeed. And then the other thing is, so honorees, you see, you got a box of candy that was provided by the Savoy. So thank you to the Savoy for actually providing that as well. So make sure you check the candy out when you go outside. It's amazing, the chocolate candy. I see Kathy Griffin is already eating Constable Rosen's candy. But again, thank you so much. And then you have pictures, honorees. Your pictures are in the gallery. That is your picture to keep. And then, are we giving the flowers away, Trivia? All right. And so the vases on each one of the tables in the back, or even the flowers on the candelabra, if you would like those, gentlemen, please make sure the ladies get that.
The vase too?
The vase too, yeah. Not the candelabras, but the vase. Because we got to take those back.
And just a few other very important reminders. Silent auction's still open, so you have time to go out there, enjoy, eat some candy, and do something really sweet on those bid sheets. Keep bidding it up. And then there's also that unbelievable acts of kindness table out there that you can make a donation to make sure that we can continue doing all kinds of nice things. We know how to do that well here, don't we?
Oh my God, yes. I want to say something real quick. The comedian that was booked on this show had an accident. He fell down, and they asked me to be here and replace him. His name is Andy Huggins. He needs your well wishes. But me being here tonight, I wasn't supposed to be here. I don't believe in accidents or coincidence, but tonight I've heard so much beautiful stories. I almost cried. And I'm not religious at all. Isaiah knows me, but somehow, some way, I think God wanted me to be here tonight. So thank y'all so much. Thank you. I don't think God pushed Andy Huggins down so I could be here, but I I think I was supposed to be here tonight.
That is powerful right there. Any last thoughts?
Enjoy yourselves, but more importantly, love the person next to you. Because remember, we're put here to take care of each other. And if we don't do that, then we're not doing what God called us to do. In the words of my bishop down there, be on fire for others and not just yourself. Because if we don't take care of each other again, we will be in bad shape. And if you think of the way the world is going right now, we need kindness, we need love, we need all that. It doesn't matter your color or your skin, what you like, what you don't like, but you have to take care of people because God put you here to take care of people. Thank you and have a good night.
God bless each and every one of you. Please be careful going home. Thank you so much for being here.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.